This video contains content that may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Here we go again with the discussions. And now the discussions is police reform and defunding the police department. This is a stall tactic, in my opinion. More talk, talk, talk. Meanwhile, their lawyers are scouring the books, trying to find loopholes in the law to get these cops off, to say they were justified in their actions as police officers with killing an unarmed black person. The only way this will stop is for crooked cops to start doing serious time in prison. And when one is caught doing what they did to George Floyd, cops like these should be executed because they executed George Floyd. And here is another thing to consider when these cops always bring up training. Why don't cops need training when they are dealing with white people? Hey, don't make me go dig up these videos of white people with guns that have shot people, and the cops were practically begging these people to put the guns down and to give themselves up. Now, the training kicks in then, but when they suspect a black person of having some type of firearm or being dangerous, well, now they forget about training. Stop trying to play with our intelligence by always using these stall tactics and code words that you use. There's no amount of training that you can give a person to change a person's heart. That's why you have prisons, because you have people that are just not fit to be around society. You have people that you have hired on that police department that are not fit to be police officers. And you know it. And you know, these captains and sergeants, all of these people have done the same thing most of these street cops have done. They have gotten away with murders themselves. That's why they have some type of compassion for these other cops that do it, because they know that if it was them, they would have been in prison a long time ago. So they're going to try to do everything they can to get these guys off and have all this compassion for a person that has murdered an innocent man. That's why black people keep screaming and hollering Black Lives Matter, which I think is a corny slogan. But since they are using that particular slogan, white people are showing you that, hey, black lives to them don't matter. That is the reason why black people, hey, now is not a time to drop the ball. Don't listen to the outsiders and the naysayers, and please do not listen to Al Sharpton. I fear that Al Sharpton has already got to a few people that are involved in this George Floyd's case, but from what they are saying now compared to what they previously said, I know you've had time to think, but if a person has killed someone in my family, I don't care how much time has went by. I am still going to hold that fire in my heart to seek justice for my loved one. And since people are talking about police reform, black people need mental reform. Stop trusting people that you know are against you, whether it be a black person or a white person. Al Sharpton is just not a trustworthy person. He's carrying bad baggage Can he change? I don't know, because of the man's age. I don't see really much room for change. But all I see is that when Al Sharpton arrives, the movement dies. Ferguson, the people were pumped and ready. In comes Al Sharpton. The movement died. Stephon Clark, up there in California, brother gets killed in his yard. The people got pumped, were ready. In comes Al Sharpton. The movement dies. When this first happened, and when I saw that blacks were, hey man, we're tired of this, and they started protesting, I was hoping and praying that Al Sharpton would just take a fucking seat on this one. But his handlers said, hey, get on out there, Al, and do what you're told to do. Get out there and shut those Negroes up. Do what you got to do to get those Negroes to stop all this doggone protesting and tearing up my darn city. We're tired of it. Remember a while back when they had the anthrax scare? Everyone was scared to open their mail, thinking they might see some white powder in there. Anthrax. Then they had the tomato scare. Oh, don't mess with those tomatoes from Mexico, and the lettuce. Then they had the bird flu. Cows are sick. Every time you look up, something is happening. And you got the coronavirus, but whose actually fault is that? For this becoming a plague here in America, could it have been prevented? You damn right. When it first came about in November of last year, you should have jumped on it then and not take it as a joke. And you allowed the virus to thrive. And now we have this epidemic, what you say. And it's always an epidemic when black people want to come out. Have you noticed that? Now, when these white people were defying the stay-at-home order, no, we're going to the beach, we're tired of this. There was no talk about a surge in the outbreak. But when they had this George Floyd protest, oh, now we have a surge. There's also another surge going on, but you don't want to talk about that one. That is the surge of deaths at the hands of police officers. Look how many black people have been stupidly killed by white people in the past couple of years. Botham Jean. That was real stupid. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. Chandler Jefferson. This pervert peeping through the woman's window ain't gonna shoot the damn woman. What about the botched raid up in Houston? They just shot these damn people house up. Didn't know who was inside or what was inside. Sandra Bland. There are too many deaths at the hands of these damn police officers, and they want to keep trying to find some way to protect them and to call the rest of them good cops. When are they good cops? Will somebody please tell me when is a cop good? Now, I see all the time when they're bad, but when are they good? And tell me, when are they good to black people? I'm telling you, black people, we have to stop allowing these people to use us for whatever type of demonic plan that they have going on. When they come out with these tanks for the police department, whose neighborhood do you think they're coming to? When they came out with the taser, who do you think they were going to use them on? So when they come up down with this coronavirus, who is the test for? All of this stuff you're seeing is really a test, man. They're trying to see if they are strong enough to corral the people into doing what the hell they want them to do. The white folks balked, and say, hey, damn that stay at home or we're going outside. Black people are haphazardly starting to balk at the treatment that we are getting here in America and starting to say enough is enough, but we just cannot stop. There are many things, many issues concerning black people here in America that must be addressed. And as long as that some people are in power or in charge, those things will never get addressed because as before they were always put it to the side. Now I've heard a lot of talk when they talk about defunding the police department. Hey, now from what I understand, they're saying that, hey, did y'all have too much money, which y'all do. As a matter of fact, what do y'all do with all that money that y'all take from people that have drugs on them and that drug money? What the hell do y'all do with that money? What about the money that some of these cops steal off of drug dealers? Because, hey, I'm in the hood, and I know for a fact that cops take money from drug dealers. Where does that money go? It's like they keep trying to go around what we really want to happen. And what we want to happen, we want to see cops get time like everybody else get time for killing. If somebody else got to get the needle for murdering someone, the cops got to get the damn needle too. If the police officer has been fired for misconduct, he should not be able to go anywhere and get a job as a police officer, not even a crossing guard. I heard somebody say, what's the cops supposed to do, starve? Hell, what are other people supposed to do when they lose their job and they can't get another job in their field because they loused up? Find another damn job. The most main thing I feel as if that we shouldn't do is to become depressed by all of this troublesome news that black people have been bombarded with this year. Kobe Bryant is just too much news and disrespect, blatant, that black people have been receiving this year. And the news is bad enough to depress you. But you have to stay strong and remember why they are coming at you with all this bad news. And these protests, they are working. All of these places around the world where you see people protesting, like let's say Australia. What happened to the Aboriginals in Australia? Those people have a lot to protest about. What about the black population that used to be in Argentina? I don't care where you go around the world, Italy, in Europe, because you had a black population there. And black people all over this planet have something to protest about. We really got something to fight about. Because when I look at history, we are the only people that I would say that have taken this long without putting up some type of fight. For some reason or another, we think that love is going to get us out of this. And somebody brought this thing about love to me. I asked them, I say, do you have children? They say, yes. I said, you love your children, don't you? They say, yes. I said, when your children do wrong, do you spank them and punish them? They say, yes. But I said, you love them, don't you? They said, yes. I say, the same thing goes with adults and other people. You don't whoop them out of anger. You still have to whoop them, but you whoop them out of love. So if we ever get into some type of scuffle, which I hope doesn't happen, but if it does, just remember, what I'm doing to you is out of love. I heard Malcolm X say something similar to this, is that if you think that black people are going to continue to allow others to misuse abuse and kill us, you people are out of your mind. I'm just glad to see some black cops finally grow some balls and speak out against this, which they should have been and did. Which is the reason I just didn't ever understand why a black person would become a police officer is because of the things that they would not allow you to do as a black police officer. I see it all the time. These black cops should thank the protesters because for far too long, black cops were pretending as if they were not allowed to speak their minds and their hands were tied. But because of this protest, it is allowing black officers to speak their voice. The ones who actually are good officers and want to see change and are tired of this racist system that they know goes on the one that they're working in. I heard one black cop saying that they're going to try to change it from within. You didn't do nothing. Those black protesters are the one that allows you the opportunity to even say that. Because before then you said nothing. Which is the main reason blacks don't trust black police officers. Because you're supposed to be black and you're supposed to see change, but you don't do a damn thing about it when you see black people getting abused by white cops. I've seen a black cop, make an arrest. He probably was going to give somebody a break. But the white cop came in, intervened, and took over. Made the black cop go on by his business. And I'm quite sure that that black cop probably felt some way about that. And if everything was so hunky-dory within the police department amongst the races, why do you have all these different unions? Black police officers union, Hispanic police officers union, Asian officers union. You have all of these different unions, but y'all are supposed to be one. That is proof that y'all are not one, because you have to have somebody representing your group to make sure that your group gets treated right. This movement that is going on right now, it's going to take all black people. It's going to take black cops, black military men, black attorneys, everybody black, because this is affecting all of us. We don't have to go through the different stories of the different types of black people from all walks of life that have lost their lives at the hands of white police officers, and nothing was done about it. Now is your chance and your opportunity to voice your concerns and what can be done to change that within the police department. Because, stop playing this game like, oh, we're saying get rid of the police department. No one is saying something stupid like that. We want you to get rid of the bad apples. And if you are the type of person that protects the bad apples, that means you are also a bad apple. And you should be removed as well. For the sake of humanity, this fight is winnable. But people cannot give up. We cannot stop until victory is achieved. And as the late, great James Brown said, I'd rather die standing on my feet than to live living on my knees.